So we're catching up with George Elokobi ahead of Sunday's playoff semi-final away at Worthing. Before we get on to the Sunday game, let's look back at what was a great occasion on Wednesday evening. Looking back on that now, a bit of time to reflect, you must have been delighted with how that went.
Yeah, we was delighted with the performance, our standards throughout the game, but more importantly, how the substitutions impacted the game when they came on. And the most important thing was to see our togetherness at the end of the game. Players that were not on the bench, they ran on that pitch straight away to celebrate with our able supporters. So delighted with the performance. We knew how tough it was going to be, but more importantly was the effectiveness of the performance. Even when we went a goal down, we didn't shy away from carry on playing some good stuff, and we were patient in our build-up play, and deservedly so, worthy winners on the night.
Was there a moment, obviously, Mohamedou's goal was late on, was a fault of extra time? Were you already as a management team starting to think through what would happen in that next 30 minutes?
No, not at that moment, to be honest. You always have an eye when the game is stretching out that towards the finish line, but it's important that we knew we had enough in the tank in terms of in terms of the quality, in terms of the freshness in the team. We know how fit our boys are in terms of our approaches, our intensity when we play. So it was important that we took the game to heavily at those later stages, because we've seen it this season. We always try and finish games strongly, but at the same time, I loved our organization behind the ball, and it was about making sure we affected in the right way, and it was fantastic to see Mo Fall score that goal to take us over the line. But it was a brilliant finish. Bagor said it was a fantastic header by Reece Greenidge. Headed the ball over 40 meters to build the attack. But not just that, Matt Rush, doing what he does best and recognizing when to lay that pass off to Mo, who didn't stop running after he affected the first phase. He carried on with his movement and to stay that composed in the box, and picked his corner. And it was a brilliant goal in the build up to it. It was fantastic, and to see the Gallagher Stadium, in fine voice, was just brilliant.
I was going to say, we'll look back on this season, and obviously the Barrow game will come up, the Stevenage game will come up, but from an atmosphere perspective, you've got to add in Wednesday against Aveley. I mean, those last 10 minutes of that game, it was just an electric atmosphere all around.
Yeah, you've just said it. You took the words out of my mouth. It was electric. It was fantastic to see our supporters in fine numbers here at the Gallagher Stadium, regardless of our achievement this season. They've still spared us a moment to come in and support us. We've got a fantastic community spirit here at Maidstone United Football Club, and that's not changed throughout the season. And it was important that at the end of the game we send everyone home happy. Coming up against Aveley 3 times this season, we fell short twice, but on this third occasion we showed the real Maidstone United. The spirit was there, and the performance capped it off as well, because I thought we dominated the game and created so many chances, and deserved the win for our supporters, and it was just brilliant. So thank you to our fans, and we know it's not over yet. We face a good team on Sunday, and hopefully we'll be taking a few numbers up to Worthing.
Let's move on to that match then. So again, as we'd expect, we've played them twice already this season. A win for us here, a win for them at their place. So how do you see Sunday's match playing out? It's a different thing altogether, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Listen, at this stage of the season, it's about merit. Worthing has always been a good team. We know that. We show them respect in our preparations. Everyone is going to talk about it's the game. No, for us, it's business as usual. For us, it's making sure we look after us, making sure we go there with the right strategy, making sure we go there with the right game plan. We know their strengths, and also we know their limitations, and we have to respect those strengths. But at the same time, on the day, it's about how they how the team that's picked goes out and perform. And it's important that our preparations are right, and come Sunday, we'll be ready.
And hopefully, we know that from a travelling support, we'd probably love to have taken maybe 1.5 hours, maybe even 2,000 down to Worthing. That's not possible, but for those that are there, for those who'll be watching the Spitfire Lounge or maybe just on their laptops at home, you'll just want them to be willing you on every step of the way.
Definitely, that's been the Maidstone spirit this season. Hopefully, we can go and put give a good account of ourselves as a team, as a squad, and the ones that are there, we know they're going to be in fine voices with their support. We know they're going to make it a good atmosphere to go with the occasion, and the ones that are going to be here at the Spitfire Lounge to enjoy the occasion as well. Listen, we're having a fantastic season, but it's not over yet, and hopefully we put on a good performance and hopefully come out with a positive result against a good side in Worthing. But at the same time, it's about making sure we enjoy these moments, because it's important we do as a community.
George, thanks as always, and we will catch up with you again on Sunday afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you.